It's illegal to be gay in the military?
I know. It's messed up, but that's their policy.
This is such a sophisticated LGBTQ story. It's not like a cliche coming out and very quickly established that this is a gay person who's finding themselves in extraordinary circumstances, and it intertwines with all these themes outside of sexuality. What are some of those themes to you, and how have they resonated with you as you've built this character?
One of my favorite parts about the show and the character is that his arc is not about discovering his sexuality. It sort of starts with him, like he's comfortable with that, and he has people around him who accept and love him. And his arc really becomes about discovering all these new things about himself that he wouldn't have ever discovered if he wasn't put in this situation. Because I think for queer people, we sort of tend to try to hide and blend in, and especially not fail because we don't want to draw attention to ourselves. And Cameron's put in this position where he has to fail, and he has to be around these people that he might not have thought that he would connect with. Once that sort of wall is down of that fear of being discovered or not accepted, once that goes away, he's able to grow so much and learn all these new things and create bonds with people. And I hope that that's sort of the message that people take away from it.
Totally. It sort of takes those things we all know about being gay, about perfection or wanting to portray some version of success, and then it really like kind of amplifies it.
Literally
because you're
throws it out the window.
Yeah, I'm going to move to you. I'm curious because this role that you're portraying, this like successful, high-powered sergeant, but also still has to do with being queer. How did you prepare for that and learn about what it was like to be gay in the 90s in this world?
As a gay man myself, I think we've all gone through some sort of form of hiding. And I think with Sullivan, it's just amplified with obviously the era. Also, it's amplified in terms of he doesn't really have anyone to unload to. He doesn't necessarily have a family that supports him. He has a best friend that's homophobic. And so like, he doesn't have anywhere to turn to. So you just see throughout the show how much of a monster that can create and how lost Sullivan is. He takes on this role of mentoring Cameron. He tries to get him to quit at the start, and he doesn't want him to go through what he's going through. And then he sees a spark in him, this resilience that makes him sort of want to train him to be the best version that he can be, to play someone like Sullivan. I feel like it's just that sort of tapping into all these emotions, I was so lucky to be given this script, this such well-rounded character. It was like an honor, really. But it can get quite dark watching the show. I feel like there's so many moments in the show that are so light and fun and amazing. And I feel like every time you see me on screen, you're like, oh, some more depth and sadness. Yeah.
It really switches on a dime. Like your heart's like up to your throat, and then suddenly it's like the funniest exchange you've ever seen. And I love that you said that there's still that aspect of mentorship, even though it happens sort of in this like vacuum. You're sort of the inciting incident for this series.
Yeah.
You're the one that's like, hey, let's do this thing together.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. I love it a lot.
It was worth it. You have this beautiful friendship, and that moment in the spoilers in the last episode where you say like, I need you too. Like, can you talk to me about that bond, that friendship that your characters represent?
I think that kind of speaks to the complicated tension that exists between Ray and Cameron in this show. They have a long-standing friendship, and they have these kind of pre-established roles that they each play in it. I mean, I think that there's deep love between the two of them, but for various reasons, I think Ray has assumed the role of a protector and Cameron the protected in the past. And I think the kind of the struggle that they go through, and you see it in the show, is they have a falling out in the middle, because I think in a lot of ways, Ray can't accept that Cameron is growing up, that he doesn't need him in that way. And I think it's a scary realization that to Ray that he needs Cameron to be the protected. He needs Cameron to be there so that he feels like he has a mission, a purpose, anything. While it's well-intentioned, I think it infantilizes Cameron. It holds back their relationship. He's not able to see him at first as this strong person, this man that he's becoming. And I think that leads to a lot of uncomfortability between the two of them and like a period of growth in their friendship. There are several moments in the show where Cameron does something that Ray never thought, honestly, that he was capable of. And it shocks him. And ultimately, though, I think that it's better for their friendship in the long run. It's healthier that they kind of lose some of that codependence. Yeah.
I know it's ironic because your character facilitates that growth,
Yeah.
and then it's dystonic to actually experience it and see it. I really appreciate your time. I love the show. Best of luck to you all.